Hello, and thank you for joining us for State of Texas. I'm Josh Hinkle. Construction on the border wall is moving forward in Texas. This 2 weeks after federal courts lifted orders blocking work on the wall, that gave government contractors the go-ahead to build barriers near El Paso. But one project that's moving forward quickly is happening on privately owned land with no government funding. Tommy Fisher's company restarted work just days after the court gave them the okay. Fisher said his workers built more than a half-mile of wall in just 3 days along the Rio Grande near Mission, and he says his teams will keep building quickly. Sandra Sanchez has been covering these developments for BorderReport.com. Now, there are government-led wall projects, and then there is the privately funded wall by Tommy Fisher. What's the difference? Because his seems to be going up so much faster.
Yes, it is. So Tommy Fisher, CEO of Fisher Sand and Gravel, has financed this $42 million project south of Mission, Texas. His wall is different from the government-funded wall. Government-funded, government-approved contracts all must meet certain specs. They have to be built a certain way: 30 feet tall, 6-foot concrete base, 5-foot anti-climb metal plate at the top. The bollards are 6 inches wide, and there's 4-inch spaces. Tommy's wall is galvanized steel, so it's silver. It has no horizontal crossbars, so he brags, you can't climb it because you can't put your foot on anything, you would slip. It's only 18 feet tall. I don't know, it kind of looks like toothpicks just standing up along the river. And the big difference is it's right on the Rio Grande. He has graded the land. He brags it's like a golf course, 1 to 5 slope. Neighboring properties, hate the way it looks. They say that he's cleared the natural brush and it's just an unnatural object right there. But he's able to put this up really quickly. He has a patent pending system, special hydraulic earth movers, these Caterpillar units, and he's got this special, these 2 special jibs that allow it. So he can do 40 feet at a time very quickly. After the federal court ruling, he had in 3 days half a mile of wall put up. It has taken the federal government 2 months to put up 1/3 of a mile in 25 miles away in Donna, Texas.
So where is this money coming from? We heard about crowdfunding, but that's not paying for much of the private wall.
Right, so the private border wall, Tommy actually put in $22 million of his own money, and he went to the bank, he told me, for $22 million additional money. He has enough cachet with the bankers. Wow. The private nonprofit advocacy group We Build the Wall, which has crowdsourced and bragged on social media that they have raised $25 million toward this project, Tommy told me he had only been paid $1.5 million. Apparently, We Build the Wall had an agreement to pay $8 million. And Brian Colfash, the CEO and president of We Build the Wall, has on social media tweeted in response to some of my stories that we never pay up front, they will get their money. So that's still yet to be seen. Now,
Fisher's been getting some publicity for the wall, but is he in line to actually take over some of the government-led projects?
He already has one. He has a $400 million contract from Lukeville, Arizona to 31 miles. Now, he has to build that wall to government specs. So it's going to be slow going, it's going to look very different.
Court orders stopped the wall construction for a while. What happened to overturn those rulings, and what was it like in the courtroom with that case?
So federal judge Randy Crane ruled against the temporary injunction. He lifted it, which had prevented pouring of concrete. They were allowed to grade the land, dig trenches. So a lot of the infrastructure was already laid, but the fact they could not put concrete, and they obviously could not put the actual bollard structure up. When he just lifted that junction and said it does not violate the 1970 River Treaty, they were free, that we have with Mexico, they were free to just start building, and they did. This happened on a Thursday, and by Sunday, Tommy had his crew in, and by Monday, they were in earnest. All 70 workers were on the banks. And I went on Wednesday, and they had half a mile up.
Wow.
Yes. Courtroom, I have to say, listening to testimony about hydrology is like watching paint dry. And the government did not enter any evidence that talked about environmental concerns. They stuck solely to this river treaty, which says you cannot cause water to deflect or change course. The ruling came swift and sudden. We were all kind of falling asleep in the courtroom. It was 8 hours worth of testimony. And then the judge said, okay, both sides, are you all done? All right, I'm ready to rule. And it was over in 3 minutes.
Wow. Well, what's next for it all? I know you said the wall is, already speedily moving along, but what do you expect is going to happen?
Well, Tommy Fisher has told me that he has a local realtor, and he has approached 50 to 100 landowners who have property on the Rio Grande. And he's working to build similar structures on their property, but first, the government has to buy the one that he has up. So if the government purchases, this is kind of like a showcase piece for him. Then he said, and it's already been proven in court, he's fairly confident that he can continue to build right on the Rio. Then he'll get the approval of these other landowners, and he wants to build more. Now, keep in mind, the government, the federal government, still has plans to build their structure about 1/2 mile to 2.5 miles set back on the International Boundary Water Commission's levee. This is in Hidalgo County. So in essence, in some places, there will be 2 walls.
Wow.
Unless the government decides, hey, let's change course altogether and go with this toothpick-like structure.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for filling us in. I mean, I think some of those things are so fascinating to learn how it's all playing out. We appreciate your work on this.
Thank you.
Remember, you can go to borderreport.com right now to find the latest developments on border wall construction and immigration policies.